So the Rose coach in Unrivaled finally decided to play Lexi Hull. And what happened when Lexi Hull played more than like 4 minutes? Oh, the Rose win, first of all. They win. And Lexi Hull goes 8 for 11 from the field and has 19 points, 3 assists, and 3 boards.
Lexi Hull stuns the court, outshining Angel Reese with a dazzling performance that leaves Reese benched.
So, yeah, not a good day at the office for Angel Reese. The Rose did win though, which is all that matters. But like, I think it's got to the stage now for the Rose where, even though, look, I don't think in the first 2 games Angel Reese was that bad. I don't think she was brilliant. But it's now got to the stage where you have to play as
Angel Reese brings up the rock for Rose. 11 points per game, 10 boards. Led the WNBA.
From the opening tip-off, it was clear that Reese was off her game. Struggling to find her rhythm, she missed key shots, failed to dominate the boards, and was outpaced defensively by Lexi Hull, who had a point to prove. Reese's frustration was evident as the mist fell behind early. By the end of the first quarter, she had contributed just 4 points, a stat line unfathomable for a player. Her coach made the tough decision to bench her, hoping to reset the team's strategy.
Like, Angel Reese played over Azare. Like, they started Angel Reese in the fourth over Azare, and look, Angel Reese had a horrific game. Like, a terrible, terrible, terrible game. Like, it was, and it's fine. Like, look, players can have bad games in basketball. It's fine. Like, of the 3 games Angel Reese had, I thought she was pretty good in the first one, and she was in the second game, and then she was horrible.
Reese's benching was indeed an embarrassment, and a sign that she didn't actually do her homework properly. The missed team seemed to falter without her leadership on the court, underscoring the weight of Reese's presence. While Reese struggled, Lexi Hull seized the opportunity to showcase her skills. Known as a hard-working but often overlooked player, Hull has long been waiting for her moment in the spotlight. With increased minutes in this game, she delivered a career-defining performance.
God knows why Lexi Hull was not getting more minutes, because the minute she entered the game, within, I think, the first 3 minutes, she had scored 10 or 11 points. Something crazy like that, because I remember at the at her 4-minute mark in the game, she had scored 13 points. I posted it.
Hull's energy was infectious. She outmaneuvered defenders, sank crucial shots, and played with a level of poise that belied her limited experience in high-pressure games. Whether it was draining 3-pointers or delivering pinpoint passes, Hull's contributions were instrumental in the Rose team's dominance. Her ability to outshine a player like Reese added an extra layer of intrigue to the matchup.
As Angel Reese rode the pine and had an awful game, and the game got away from being about Angel, the Rose Basketball Club won the game. They got a victory. Funny, interesting. Kind of like what happened in Chicago last year. When it wasn't about Angel, the team won and was successful.
Nevertheless, Lexi Hull has been vocal about the influence Caitlin Clark has had on her career. A generational talent and one of the most celebrated players in basketball, Clark's fearless style and work ethic have become a blueprint for Hull's own approach to the game. Last season, Hull spoke openly about how observing Clark helped her elevate her performance. From studying her shooting mechanics to understanding how to read the game, Hull credits much of her growth to Clark's mentorship and example. In this game, it was clear that Hull had channeled her inner Caitlin Clark. Her poise under pressure, ability to score from all areas of the court, and knack for making game-changing plays all reflected the influence of her idol. Hull didn't just mimic Clark's style, she made it her own, adapting it to suit her strengths and her team's needs.
Caitlin Clark, and you also struck up a friendship with her. Can you talk about how important it is to have that camaraderie on and off the court?
I think it was important to get to know her off the court because I do think that, connections, getting to know people really play a part in the success of teams. And it's really awesome to get to know her as well because, she's a great person, but you have all these expectations put on her and our team has put on her and fans have put on her. So to see her kind of be so mature in that transition, it's been really awesome. And I'm just really proud to, have her on the team. And
Hull's ability to transition seamlessly from defense to offense was one of the game's defining elements. After every steal or rebound, she wasted no time pushing the pace, creating fast break opportunities that kept the mist scrambling. Her versatility was also on full display. Whether hitting long-range threes, slicing through the defense for a layup, or finding open teammates with pinpoint passes, Hull showed she could contribute in multiple ways. This all-around performance underscored her value as a player who can adapt to any situation and excel in any role. Her 19 points accounted for a significant portion of the team's scoring, but her contributions extended far beyond the stat sheet. Hull's energy and determination were infectious, lifting the morale of her teammates and inspiring them to play with greater intensity.
What's happening with Lexi Hull? The Rose Basketball Club has played to game, and it's not looking good, especially for Hull, a 3-on-3 specialist with Team US a gold and bronze medal. Yet, she's played just 8 minutes total. 8 minutes.
With her combination of offensive firepower, defensive tenacity, and the ability to channel the influence of greats like Caitlin Clark, Hull is poised to become a player to watch this season. The Rose team's first win was a team effort, but Hull's performance set the standard for what they can achieve when firing on all cylinders. For Hull, the challenge now is to build on this momentum and continue delivering at a high level. Her admiration for Caitlin Clark will undoubtedly remain a driving force, but Hull has shown she's more than just a disciple. She's a star in her own right. If this game is any indication, Hull is ready to embrace the spotlight and lead her team to further success.
Do you have a favorite Caitlin practice story?
Yeah, I do. There was one practice, Christy turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this loud music and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off?"
On the opposite end of the spectrum, Lexi Hull shined brightly, delivering a breakout performance that further underscored Reese's struggles. Hull's dominance on both ends of the floor was a stark contrast to Reese's uncharacteristically poor showing, creating a storyline few could have predicted. From the outset, it was clear that Reese was out of sync. Her usually sharp decision-making faltered, her shots missed their mark, and her composure under pressure seemed to waver. Reese's struggles extended beyond that single moment. She was consistently outplayed on both ends of the court, unable to assert herself as the game's top performer like Caitlin Clark.
I think she's just, I've said this before, but she's so mature for being 22 years old and having the attention that she has. It's pretty incredible.
While Reese floundered, Lexi Hull took full advantage of the opportunity to shine. Known for her work ethic and determination, Hull delivered a masterclass performance that not only highlighted her offensive skills, but also exposed Reese's vulnerabilities on defense. Hull's ability to drain three-pointers, execute smooth layups, and anticipate plays with sharp defensive reads was on full display. Time and again, Hull seemed to be one step ahead of Reese, forcing turnovers, intercepting passes, and pushing the pace for the Rose team. Perhaps most striking was Hull's confidence. Despite being an underdog in the matchup, she played with a fearlessness that elevated her teammates and captivated the fans.
Guys, Angel Reese, 2 of 6 from the field. She had as many fouls as points, 3 turnovers to 1 assist. Look, it's not ideal. I don't think in general, I don't think Angel Reese been bad on Rivals. She was so bad today.
Reese's uncharacteristically poor performance had a noticeable impact on her team. As their so-called star player, Reese is often the emotional and strategic anchor for the Rose team. Without her usual production and leadership, the team seemed disjointed and unable to respond to the Mist's aggressive playstyle. For a player who thrives on confidence and energy, the inability to find her rhythm appeared to weigh heavily on her as the game progressed. The game added a new layer to the Reese versus Hull narrative, with many comparing the two players' performances. While Reese has long been considered a star, Hull's breakout game raised questions about her potential to challenge the league's established elite.
If Lexi Hull is making the layups, man, and getting rebounds, you might as well just go ahead and trade Angel Reese if you're the...
Hull's poise and effectiveness under pressure drew comparisons to Caitlin Clark, a player both Reese and Hull have been measured against in various ways. However, Hull's ability to outshine Reese in this game was a testament not only to her skill, but also to her readiness to seize the moment when it mattered most. The Reese-Hull showdown highlights the depth and unpredictability of talent in the Unrivaled league. On any given night, underdogs can rise to the occasion, and established stars can falter. This dynamic is what makes the league so compelling and keeps fans engaged. For Lexi Hull, the game was a breakthrough moment that showcased her potential as a rising star. For Angel Reese, it was a reminder of the pressures that come with being at the top, and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity.
From field goal range, here she is winning the Rose of the Game award.
We appreciate you. Right here at the game. She got to be on big roles. I don't know what to tell you about that.
Look, if you're a Fever fan, you know she's a spark plug. You do. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. It's at 8 of 11 right here, Miller Lite.
Angel Reese's worst performance may dominate headlines. Despite being frequently compared to basketball superstar Caitlin Clark, Reese failed to live up to those lofty expectations in this game. In stark contrast, Lexi Hull rose to the occasion, delivering a standout performance that highlighted Reese's shortcomings. Hull, who has often been overlooked in favor of bigger names, dominated the game. While Reese has been compared to Clark, the heartbeat of basketball on numerous occasions, games like this only prove that she still has a long way to go. If she couldn't match up with Lexi Hull, then how can she even be compared to Clark?
What are your impressions of Caitlin at this point?
She's great. She's a great player, great person. Obviously very hard to defend. So she's bringing a great offensive game to the Fever, and just excited to see how she...
My WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for League MVP honors. She ain't beating Asia Wilson for the MVP, but she's beating Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over.
Caitlin Clark, one of basketball's most celebrated stars, may not have been on the court during Lexi Hull's standout performance, but it's easy to imagine her watching with pride and admiration. Hull, a player who has openly credited Clark as a source of inspiration, delivered a game that showcased exactly what she's capable. For Hull, this wasn't just a good game, it was a statement. Often overshadowed by bigger names, she seized the opportunity to prove herself as a vital contributor to her team. This breakout performance didn't just help secure Rose's first win in the Unrivaled league, it also solidified Hull's reputation as a rising star who can deliver when it matters most.
She was the top scorer, and they didn't play her in the fourth. This coach, by the way, was this close to losing the game for them. The best players on the floor were Lexi Hull.
Hull has never been shy about expressing her admiration for Caitlin Clark. The two players share a bond through their mutual passion for basketball and a commitment to excellence. Clark's relentless drive, fearless shooting, and ability to take over games have clearly left a lasting impression on Hull. In many ways, Hull's game against the Mist team mirrored Clark's signature style. She played with confidence, made bold decisions, and demonstrated an ability to lead her team when it counted. For fans familiar with both players, Hull's performance was a reminder of the influence great players can have on their peers. It's not hard to imagine Clark watching Hull's game with excitement, seeing the fruits of her mentorship and inspiration.
No, I just saw her. I watched her play obviously a bunch, and didn't know what she'd be like, and just really happy she's here.
Are you guys how would you characterize, are you good friends?
Yeah, we're good friends. We hang out a good amount, and she's a fun person to be around.
For Indiana Fever fans, Hull's performance was a long-awaited moment of joy. As Hull continues to develop her game, performances like this one will be critical in building her confidence and solidifying her role as a leader on the team. With Caitlin Clark's influence and her determination driving her forward, Hull has all the tools to become a major force in the Unrivaled League and the WNBA. For now, one thing is certain: Lexi Hull has arrived, and basketball fans, Caitlin Clark included, are taking notice. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.